Welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is January 22nd, and that means day 22 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we're going to show you how we printed out Roscoe the Hipster, so stick around. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 22 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a facts section down at the bottom that'll give you all the details. But for today's episode, we're printing out Roscoe the Hipster from MakerBot. As you know, I'm a big fan of the MakerBot toy line, and I love to 3D print their little models. And every week we've been featuring a different model, and this week it's Roscoe the Hipster. And this is a very cool print, and I even tried some new settings in Simplify 3D to refine my printing. So let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download the model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Then we'll fire up some of that time-lapse footage and I'll meet you guys back here at the workbench. Okay, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is Roscoe the Hipster by MakerBot. And I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this yourself. And this is part of a collection that's called the Around Town collection. And there's a lot of really cool models in here, and you may have seen some of these already, and you'll definitely see all of them at one point during the 3DP 365 project. But on today's episode, we printed out Roscoe. So let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my new settings. Okay, so here we are in Simplify 3D and I've dropped our model down on the print bed at 100%. And as you can see, I've rotated our model minus 90 degrees so he's facing our fan. That way he gets optimum cooling. So let's check out my process settings. Under layer height, I did a 0.16 millimeter layer height with 3 top solid layers and 3 bottom solid layers and 3 perimeters. And here under outline direction, again, you'll see this new setting, which is outside in. And I've always previously printed using inside out. And the theory behind this is by printing the outside or external perimeter first and then the inside perimeters, that the outside perimeter will cool off and the inside perimeters won't force the plastic outward and increase your layer line visibility. And I've tested this, and I'm going to run some more tests and I'll show you the results in a later episode. But so far, the results are pretty good. Also, under Start Point, I am now always selecting Choose Start Point closest to a specific location. And by default, my settings came up at 300 millimeters, which puts it in the back of the model. We did run a brim on this by entering 0 in the skirt offset at 4 outlines. For infill, we used 20%, and I did increase my outline overlap to 15%. We didn't run any support on this model because it doesn't need it. For temperature, this is MatterHackers PRO PLA, and I like to drift between 205 and 208, and this is 207 for this print. For cooling, we used a 2-stage cooling. For the first 2 layers, the fan will be off completely, and then on the 3rd layer, it'll kick up to 70%. And under speed, we ran this out at 35 millimeters per second. So let's hit OK, and I'll hit Prepare to Print and show you how this slices. And this should go pretty quick, even though it is a very detailed model. And there's our finished print. And let me hit play and show you how it slices out. And of course, you can see that the 2 feet printed separately and joined to create the body. And there's a lot of little detail that the gMax 1.5 XT Plus picked up. And I'm really anxious to show you guys the results of this print. So let's fire up some of that time-lapse footage and I'll meet you guys back over the workbench and we'll talk about the print. Okay, so that was a cool little bit of time-lapse footage, and here is Roscoe the Hipster, and I'll put some close-ups in at the end like I always do. But I can tell you right now, this is an amazing print. The gMax 1.5 XT Plus did a phenomenal job of bringing out all the detail on this little model. And we printed it at 100%, so this is a tiny little model. So we have his little V-neck, we have the strap coming around the back to his little man bag, we even have his little bicycle lock that's strapped in there. His cute little face and his little glasses, little goatee, and his hat and the little knob on the top of the hat. Everything on this print is awesome. I really love the way this looks. And of course, This MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of gray was the perfect choice for this print. Well, that about wraps it up for day 22 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you found this episode interesting. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and join me again tomorrow for the next episode of the 3DP 365 project. This really turned out awesome. This is one of the best prints yet.